Hey, got another YStart for you. I gave the rest of YouTube a head start, so that's why it's coming late. You're welcome, Knife Bros. Like the rest of the internet, and the tops of tables are already aware, the YStart JIN01 is a big, overbuilt folder that is pretty cheap at $16. Overbuilt is a word that means no regard given to weight, and is a feature of knives of all price points. So let's look at the dimensions, like the overall length and weight. The blade size, the cutting edge. Yep, it's a big one. The handle size, the grip area, made for hands of all sizes. The spine thickness, the handle thickness. And how high is it closed, or how tall it is closed, or the tallness closed. The drop point full flat ground blade on the JIN01 is made from satin finished D2 steel, which explains why it's so popular. The satin finish. Okay, I mean, it's under $20. D2, not that smelly 8CR, whatever. And they say flat grinds are better for slicing, and that there was a second shooter. And all I will say is, flat grinds are for slicing, just like other grinds. The smooth, sexy blade is deployed by thumb studs, and subscriber Chris Brooks is happy that it isn't a flipper. But probably sad it ain't a Benchmade. It isn't a massively quick deployer, and you'll have to practice with some semi-hard hits to get it to deploy every time. I get misfires every now and then, but everyone here knows that by now. I even got it nice and greasy by putting on some 3-in-1, but the deployment stayed the same. Washers, I just combined two words there. Washers are of the phosphor bronze flavor to make it washer snob friendly. Blade centering is pretty good. Alright, checked all the boxes there. The lock is handled by a really cool lock known as a liner lock, which seems reasonably strong. I don't know. I think I've made all the liner lock jokes I can. It's not too hard to disengage, not overly easy, just a regular old one. The handle has a liner with G10 scales slapped on top of it. There's jimping on the blade spine. I would prefer more of a ramp like an Endura, like a Spyderco. So there's some surface and jimping to push against, but I guess I didn't wish that hard. There's some jimping on the handle that's widely spaced and not really sharp, and the same goes for the underside near the back of the handle. I've been told that's for when you hold it like you're going to stab a car hood. I'll just have to take their word for it. Which brings me to the holding of the knife. The G10 is sort of smooth. Not slick, but smooth. Not a whole lot of texture. And the finger groove is shallow. And like I said earlier, there's not much of a thumb ramp, and although it's not slick, there ain't many surfaces to keep your hand from moving, like a point to anchor to. Now, if you're doing regular old boring stuff with the knife, it ain't no thing, but not a lot of hard things to aid control of the blade, like a flipper stud or a deep finger groove or a more pronounced curve. I mean, I don't know what you do with your knives in the privacy of your work cubicle, but I guess that's none of my business. The pocket clip. There ain't one. Good talk. There is a lanyard hole, though, for that lanyard skull sculpture you bought off Bud K. And blade retention when closed is excellent. While it doesn't feel like it has a strong detent, it won't come open in your pocket. I did get my one arm to 100, so I was able to fling it open with a few really hard flicks. But it takes a lot. Let's do a quick comparison. I am reviewing the YStart JIN02 soon, and that one has a nice and really stiff axis lock. So look forward to that review, or don't. I don't care. It's a bit smaller, and I think, just as long as you watch it. And I think I like the looks and the feel of this one a bit better, although that may give you a more grippable handle. How about the Benchmade Crooked River? Yeah, how about this one? This one sure deploys faster, the blade falls harder. I love the overall look better. That's a $180 knife, unless you got a sugar daddy. So let's look at another heavy knife, the Ganzo F756, which pretends like it's a Benchmade 940 clone. You're no 940, Mr. 4.5 ounces. I like this knife, though. I mean, not like I like a 940, but I like it okay. Like. They're nice knives, which is why I give Ganzos to coworkers who don't have preferences for weight. Okay, I think we've seen enough here. Let's see if we can keep this one a bit shorter than my 10-minute reviews lately. Gotta cut up some cardboard, though, otherwise it wouldn't be, there wouldn't be any use in it. while I give some parting thoughts. I like this knife about as well as my Ganzo or other heavy Chinese knives. It has a solid lock, an okay deployment, and nice looks. No QC issues. It not having a pocket clip though isn't that big of a deal either because it wouldn't be in my pocket much. But it should do fine in the toolbox of my wife's trunk. So if you like this review, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to sign up for alerts, follow me on the Instagrams where people show off all their pretty knives they never use. Give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment, and go hug a stranger and hope they don't call the cops. Thanks for watching, and especially thanks to GearBest who provided this knife for review and knife jokes.